thing. So I want to say that thank God for the current executives of CUOSA linking up both with the past and of course not forgetting the present. Thank you, Brother Sam, when he told me that they were able to produce Sunday school manual for fellowship on campus that can last for how many weeks? 50? For 52 weeks. That is what we are talking about. Now, if there are no manuals, send it to us, some of us to review, to look at what is there. That is how we can maintain the legacy. Teachings, the doctrines that all our fathers, Baba Abel, have been talking about, and our great missionary here. Sorry, you know. Now, you see, the way to transmit the truth is when we make the truth available for people. And I think that maybe we are getting back. And with these innovations, connecting to all our brethren, globally, that is how I think things can be straightened. Thank you very much.
Thanks so very much. We put your hands together for Reverend. All right, I'll go to the present, and then let me bring Pastor Remy and Sister Tom up on the screen. Let them, I know they are hearing me, but please, I need you to, so that I can call them whenever I want to. Thank you. All right, Madam Vice President, I want to direct this to you. Let me put it this way. In an era, now that you have, Reverend Adeshola was hinting at the proliferation of churches and all manner of, even many fellowships now and the likes. Like all of those kind of, materialism, different sects and the likes. My question is that, what are the greatest threats facing Christian student fellowship today? Don't let me say I've also hinted at something, but that's what do you think is the greatest threat facing the Christian threat? And how should CUOSA respond?
Thank you very much. Many times, just like what Daddy said, that if you don't connect with them or something, that you don't blame them. This thing is really, really playing out, especially in this present generation. Sometimes you come, you see the way our brethren on campus will handle some things. You will be wondering. But with all these threats, we are not, as CUOSAs, I can say we are not proactive. But many times we are reactive. So until we see things that are not going on well, we will not do something. And they have a lot of challenges, connecting with them as a whole and individually. When you see some of the things some of them are going through, you will not want to blame them sometimes. So they are going through a lot of stress, and there are so many things that they are passing through now, especially this issue of technology, digital, whatever, that they are seriously battling with, and is really derailing most of them. So, but if you don't empathize with them, you don't feel them, you don't put yourself in their shoes, you will be wondering how they are not performing well. So, but now, for us as CUOSAs, I think, just like what Daddy said, we need to bridge the gap. We need to really work on discipling these people. It's not only visiting them, but being involved in their lives, in their activities, mentoring them, guiding them, and so that they will know when you are talking, they will know you understand them. Because many times, sometimes the executive, the Christian Union executives, we used to quarrel a lot. But sometimes I would just sit back and say, this thing is just that we are reactive. If you wait until things go bad before you come in, you may not be able to achieve much. So I think as a body of CUOSAs, we have said a lot that it's beyond annual reunion, we need to be involved in the activities and lives of all these people. And thank God for this Sunday school manual. I know that this Sunday school manual is really, really timely, because going through their programs, you know, their focus for the semester, you'll be wondering sometimes, what do you want to achieve from this that you want to do? But if you have, if you are involved in their programs, you are able to tell them from the onset that, let's know what you want to do for this semester. You'll be able to guide them. And so some of the, because there are a lot of competitions now. In our time, even though our generation is younger, but during that time, the capacity of a Christian Union, I don't think we were less than 300, between 300 and 500 congregation. I don't think we are less than 300. But now come to their Sunday service. They are not up to 100. Sometimes like 50 something. Mm-hmm. So, and now to meet up with some of the other fellowships, they will have to be introducing some of the things that they are doing, that so that they will be able to have more members. But if we are with them, we'll let them know that the legacy of Christian Union is not about drawing crowds, you know, knowing that it's evangelism. Evangelism is one of the core legacy of Christian Union, evangelism and discipleship. So knowing that just like the testimony that he was saying the other time, you see someone, the son of the chief imam of Ibadan, and you see how they close the person up, and the person could not but surrender to Jesus. So that's the strategy. So, and before you know that, this person will be a very strong instrument in God's hand to draw many Muslims to Christ. So not necessarily competing with others and drawing programs and doing programs that will be, you know, enticing people. It's not about enticement, but it's about impact. So I think if we go beyond the annual reunion and we are involved in the lives of these our brethren, you know, they will know that we understand what they are going through, and whatever we tell them, you know, they will appreciate it. Not that being reactive now, but we are already proactive. You know, okay, maybe this can happen at this time, so we are prepared for it and we are able to guide them through it. I think they need mothers and fathers, not once in a while, not a runaway father. So we have to be there for them so that they will see us as fathers and mothers, because sometimes we just say it by mouth, and some of them will like, you see their reaction sometimes and you'll be wondering, it's like these people see that we are not serious. Telling them, you just come once in a while and say you rubbish what they have done. And you see the rebellion in them. Say, what are you talking about? After we have gone this far, you are saying what we are doing is not right. So we cannot achieve anything. So I think it goes beyond only the executives. CUOSA to be involved in their programs, their lives and their activities, so that they will see us as fathers and mothers.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. All right. Sorry, before I meet you, the president of CUOSA now, but before then, I want to be sure Madam Tong can hear us and she's part of this conversation. Please, if you are there, ma'am, just mute and let us be certain you are hearing us. Yes, yes, I can see you're waving. Please unmute your. Unmute, ma.
I'm here.
Okay, thank you so very much. I appreciate that. Then I want to be certain Pastor Afolabi is also here. Pastor Remy, please unmute. Pastor Remy, please unmute and let's hear you, sir. No, I can't hear Pastor Remy.
He has not unmuted.
Okay, you will possibly reconnect. All right. This I want to direct to the CUOSA president. You know, okay. All right, Madam Tong, please, I'd like to direct this my next question to you. Okay, let me give you this. I can't see her again. Okay, please, ma'am. Okay, as a non-denominational association that we are, CUOSA, and that we spread, we are everywhere. Like now, there is no part of the world that a CUOSA member is not currently residing. So, how effectively do you think have we been mobilizing our members, for meaningful engagement, services, and kingdom impact? How effective is our mobilization in this sense of it? Can you hear that? Yes, I know you are trying to make a move, but I'm not certain if you can hear me. Okay, let me recap the question. I said, seeing that we are spread all over across the globe, the question is that, are we genuinely and really mobilizing ourselves for kingdom impact in the real sense of it? Do you think we have effectively mobilized ourselves all across the globe? Okay. I suppose if it's not from you, it will be from our hand here. Madam, please just hold on. They are fixing something. We can't hear you. Pastor Remy, are you back?
Okay.
Okay, madam, yes, go ahead. Madam Atitone, please go ahead.
Yeah, good morning from my side and good afternoon, everyone. Please, can you hear me?
Very clearly, ma'am.
Hello, sir. Hello, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. What I would like to...
We can't hear you anymore.
Please, am I audible enough?
Go ahead, Sister Tom, you can go ahead. We can hear you. Go ahead.
There's a kind of layback because I'm connected to two devices. I'm on YouTube and I'm on Zoom. So I don't know which one is clear enough. So what I'm saying is, so far so good as far as I'm concerned. I think I got committed to CUOSA about 3 years ago. And I think I give that kudos to Pastor Yinka, who connected me back to CUOSA. Ever since I graduated from Polytechnic Ibadan 2001, I think I attended just CUOSA reunion one time, the Sunday service one time, and by the virtue of the technology, Pastor Yinka got connected with me 2023, bringing me on board to be part of the planning committee. So that's how I got engaged with CUOSA, and then so far, for the past 3 years, I can categorically say the only thing I know about CUOSA is just coming together annually to plan the reunion.
So
we can still do better. We are trying, we are coming up, reaching people globally, but I think there's still a lot of things we need to cover up, because now we are in we have the Canadian chapter, but sincerely we have not really been doing much. But there's one thing I want us to say, that the one thing I know about this thing is Christianity is no longer boring. There are so many things we can bring into Christendom that will make people that will draw people closer, that will make everyone to feel belonged and among. So every one of us, wherever you are on the surface of the house, you have a sense of belonging, that there's a person that you belong to. And what are those things that will make us to, affect and impact more generations? Is for us to have a kind of, for us to have a value. We should create a value that will make people to keep coming back to CUOSA. So So beyond our annual reunion, beyond beyond okay, what is going on campus, after leaving campus, over the years, we still have a value that we impact in people's lives that will make them to keep coming, that will keep drawing them to CUOSA. And I think we can globally connect to all our members wherever they are. Thank God for the technology, thank God for the new developments, and thank God for things like this, the live streaming, podcasts, we can evangelize wherever we have and still reach more lives and touch more lives. But I think beyond what we are doing now, we can still step up what we are doing and touch more lives. Via technology, internet, and all this.
Not to say you are going for a meeting.
Please, madam,
Sorry, I'm
continue.
hearing background noise. Okay. Can I go on?
Yes, go on, ma'am.
So I think we can still, via technology, we can still reach out to more people and bringing them back, beyond family meeting or beyond this annual reunion, we can still get connected to all CUOSA members globally. Let's find a way to bring us together. Maybe we can create a kind of outreach. It might be outreach, it might be, a social gathering. But not losing our value, our core value as a Christian, and connecting everybody together, have a kind of meet and greet, I have a kind of schedule. I mean, a system that will connect every one of us together by adding value to anything that will have value to us and make us a better person. It will be that thing that will keep bringing us together as a family and as a body of Christ. And that doing that will help us to keep, this body keep growing from one generation to another. Like, let me make an illustration. Once when I was younger, my parents belonged to a kind of society, we call it the progressive circle. If a man is there, a father is there, automatically you have mother's wings, women's wings, and the children's wings. Growing up, all these people, they have a way of impacting the life of their children. We have a lot of people of Tiba and caliber, high-class people like professors and everything. So after meetings, after they have a kind of more monthly meeting, and after the gathering, what they do is how to add value and to impact one in one way or the other. So I think we should create a kind of value in CUOSA. It can be financial value, it can be any kind of value that will transcend beyond church, because I know some of us, we started a spiritual journey on campus. There are some people that encounter Jesus before they come to campus, and I know after campus, some of them will still belong to a believing Bible-believing church, which will enhance their spiritual growth. But beyond that spiritual growth, there is a way that we need to connect with one another, that will add value, that will create value, add value to us, and that will transform beyond our generation.
Thank you so much, madam.
Pass it on to the generation yet to come. Thank you so much.
I do appreciate it. Thank you so very much for the comment. Thank you a whole lot. Then let me, if I still have Pastor Remy there, Pastor Remy Afolabi, if you are on, please let me know. All right. He's also talking. Pastor, please unmute yourself so that we can hear you. Pastor Remy Afolabi. All right. So, like I said, I would like to, yes. Okay. You see, we've had a lot of things, especially Madam has hinted in some of the things we are doing, but I want those things, if possible, to itemize them. That's to the CUOSA president, Pastor Sam Akanbi. Things that, to ask the question, if CUOSA is effectively fulfilling its spiritual mandate, in our discipleship, in our mentoring of students on campus, or like, are we really, kingdom driven, purpose driven, or have we become people who just come for events? And if not, then what are the things we are doing intentionally to mentor, to disciple our brethren on campus? To our president.
Okay, I want to thank you for your patience. At the same time, we want to say we start sharing the mail so that we can save time. And I thank God for the chairman of the planning committee. They begin to serve us while we continue. Now, to your question, the first thing I want to say is that on the issue of our impact in the life of our brethren on campus, look, each generation tried to do one thing or the other. And when we came in, what I discovered there was this gap. I discovered that the brethren on campus were not really relating with CUOSA like we were. I know Pastor Reverend Adeshola's house. It's not as if it's like if we don't carry him along, he's going to beat us. But we always share our vision with him. We talk to him, and he's always with us. Then that period, we see CUOSAs coming to campus to visit us, like he said. But in this generation, that has not been what has been in place. Maybe after some time, some things fizzle out. And because of the pressure of what is going on in other fellowship on campus, it becomes easy for the executive of CU to see themselves as chief executive officer. So they begin to see CUOSA as interloper. So now, what we need to begin to do as CUOSA is not coming to tell them that they are not doing it well, but rather to come and tell them how we can partner with them. We are stakeholders. And one of the things we did when we came in, number one, was that I demanded for their program schedule. And I discovered that it was so loaded. No weekend that is free. If they don't, now they have sister weekend, they have brother weekend, they have drama weekend, they have choir weekend. Everything is so loaded. In our days, when we noticed that pressure was coming, what we did was to declare a CU week. All special activities is done within that 1 week. So that everybody go back to their class and read. One of the things I used to do as a president was, I will tell them after we have finished all this program, I tell you go and read your book and we pray. I will not tell you if anybody will cheat, you will fail. Oh, you know, it's not a cause. I made them know that there's time to read, there's time to do program. But I'm telling you till now, if you see their program is so loaded. So it was about to, some of them is what is going on. But you know, I was working with my vice. I will tell her, go back to them. They can't run all this program. When did they have time to read? You understand? So that is one of the first things we have seen. It's not because they too they want to load themselves, but you know, the pressure around all other fellowship, they bring in all these hype pastors. They use it to pull crowd. And so see you two want to feel belong. They were threatened. Now their population is less than even 100. Maybe they're about 50 something. I mean, they be concerned too. So in order for them to be able to, they needed to do program, which is reflection of what is in the global world. You see ministry organizing special program just for crowd. But we made them realize that, look, it is not just about program. It's about your life impacting your generation, your environment. When people see your life, through your life they know who you are and they want to come. And so, what are the things we did as ESCO, as CUOSA? Number one, we got involved in their program planning. Even though it wasn't easy, they protested, they fought, but we tried to find a way to tell them, you can do it this way. Number two, we got involved in their leadership recruitment. The leadership recruitment has become warped. I'm telling you sincerely, we are in the open place to say it. Now, you are about 60 in fellowship. You want 30 executive. Am I communicating? Thank God the president is here. He will tell us why. You know? So the immediate executive, we had Corey. I told them, go and trim down this executive. Then we now say, okay, CUOSA must be involved in your interview. So that you don't bring in people that do not even know the vision of CUOSA. So we got involved in their recruitment process. Number two, we also asked them to give us CUOSA Sundays. Out of the Sundays you have in a semester, which is going to be probably about 12 Sundays that you have seriously for academics, okay, give CUOSA at least 3 or 4 Sundays. So those 4 Sundays, we arrange that CUOSA will travel down, and some CUOSA we don't need to travel down online. Every month, some of us that are redeemed, we listen to Daddy Gio all over the world online. If you're in deeper life, online. So we say, okay, fine. So what we made move, like this last what we did, the secretary of CUOSA ministered from US to them on a Sunday without coming down here. It was powerful. I ministered from Abuja without coming down here. He traveled down, he moved down here on Sunday to minister. Then we have also detailed the administrative officer of CUOSA. He's always visiting the campus, coming around, not to preach to us. So these are the things we try to do to help the growth of the campus. Now, you will see the Sunday school manual. The idea just came, how do we perpetuate the discipleship training? In our days, when we're on campus, the CUOSA will come, they will teach us. They have manual, they have CUOSA teaching, they teach us about CUOSA. One of the things I did when I was on campus, I don't know what God was preparing me for. I went to A3. Some of you don't know it's A3, but I know the older one, we know A3. They've locked it to become a store. I went to exhume all the file of Christian Union in those days. Many files. That is where I got the story, and I packaged in that book I wrote that year. So I now found that those teachings were no longer on campus. So what I share with some of the elders that are here, that we should produce Sunday school manual. If you go to RCF Sunday school manual for their RCF on campus, redeem out for them. CAPSA, CAC out for CAPSA. Methodist out for MFM. For MF, whatever. All of them, they have manual for Sunday school for their campus fellowship. Who produce for Christian Union? So when I share with the elders, I said, okay, fine. We have Bible study coordinators on campus in those days. So I put it on platform and I raised all Bible study coordinators available. And we form a group of Bible study coordinators and Sunday school coordinators. And I told them, we are